Hey guys, come on in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I hope you can hear me okay. Let me see. I have a story to share. It's not the funnest story, but I wanted to come live. Can you hear me okay? Hey, Mom. I wanted to come on live and talk to you guys about it because it sucks. Can you hear me? Mom? Okay, so now I hope, hey Star, can you hear me okay? I have my AirPod in. I want to make sure you guys can hear me. Hey, good to see you too. I know we didn't talk today. Okay, great. Well, welcome. You guys know me. I'm April Marie. I'm coming from a different area of my home. I'm in my bedroom today. The vulnerable space, because I'm vulnerable. I had to come live because I had to share with you guys my story, something that happened to me. Okay, great start. Thank you so much. I'm glad you guys can hear me okay. Over the weekend, you know, I had a very busy week all week. Waking up early with the kids. Excuse me, I just ate something. Waking up early with the kids all day, all week. Doing so many different things. You guys know all that I do because I share it all with you. I let you know what I'm doing. So, you know, I'm very busy. And so Saturday morning, I was bombarded with a phone call at 6:50 in the morning. So as I'm, hold on, let me see. Oh, that's better. It's more better. It's light. So as I was still asleep in the bed, it was 6:50 in the morning, and I get a call from a number. Didn't know the number, but they came on and they told me that it was Apple Care. And they said, you know, this is Apple Care, Apple support, and we are noticing that there's some activity going on your account. Like you need to change your password for your Apple ID, and you need to go ahead and do it now. Hey, how are you? You need to change your password now so that nobody, thank you, Mom, so that nobody can continue to steal your information because it's out there. So I'm like, okay, 6:50 in the morning. I told you guys I had a long week. I was sleepy. My eyes were still like this. They were still closed. So I'm on the phone with the representative from Apple Care, and he's like, you know, telling me, like, you know, someone in Lagos, Nigeria, we've been able to pinpoint where this fraud is coming from, is right now trying to hack into your account. So we need to go into your Apple. We need to set some limitations so that these hackers cannot continue to take money or try to take money from you. And so I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, okay, yeah. So let me open my eyes because I was so tired, and let me get busy, you know. Okay, good that you ignored it. Yeah, I didn't. Because I was talking with Apple Care, right? So as I'm on the phone with them, they were like, just like if you talk to Apple, right? If you ever talk to Apple on the phone, hey Nick, then you know they're gonna mirror your screen on your phone or on your laptop. They're gonna say, okay, great. Do you mind if we share your screen? So that they can help you through the process without like struggling. So he says to me, I need you to download this app. The app was called, shoot, it's in my phone. I'm going to put it in the comments because I want everybody to watch out for it. But it's an app that mirrors the phone. So if you have the app and I have the app, then I can like go in and to your phone on the back side and be like, hey, so click over here. Yeah, we see this. No problem. We're going to go ahead and correct that issue for you. No problem. That's what Apple does. So I was on the phone with Apple, right? It's so exhausting and emotional to tell. I'm so vulnerable, you guys. So I am just like, oh my gosh, still wiping my eyes, still yawning, like, let me stop these hackers. I mean, they were like, there are hackers on the loose. They are coming for you and your kids and your money and your dog too. Like, they were so convincing. I pride myself on being so vigilant. I'm very focused. I'm on top of it. You guys know I'm all business. I'm like, just a tiny bit of fun. The little bit of fun that I do have is like, you know, it's a party. But usually I'm like super duper like intense. So man. So I'm talking to him and he's just like, okay, you know, let me do this. Let me show you that. Okay, so this is where they were doing it. Okay, if you open up this, hey Vanessa, if you open up this Target app, okay, so if you go into your information, okay, let's make sure we're setting the limitations on how much because the hackers were trying to get like $500 gift cards from you. And, you know, that's a scam that's been going on. And I'm like, it is. I've heard of the gift card scam. Craziness. I'm like, yeah, let me shut this down, you know. So I'm going through and I'm like, and he's like, let's go into your email. Ugh. So I went into my email, but remember, can see everything that I see, right? So he's like, okay, so if you go in here and you do this, it was a series of things that he had me do, right? So I was on my phone, so he had me go to desktop version. And then after he had me go to desktop version, then he had me go to, it's called, it's something about, let me see if it's on here. Because it was pretty intense. Let me see. See, I'm on the computer. Wait, what you say, Jesse? Another reason why Android is the best. I know. I'm like, dang. But you know what? Android can actually get hackers. The really, really, really annoying part of this, you guys, I felt so dumb because I felt like I hacked myself. Okay, I felt so dumb because I literally felt like I hacked myself because he was telling me what to do and I was doing it like a fool because I thought it was AppleCare, because AppleCare has never steered me wrong. I've been a faithful, you know, customer for years. So I'm like, oh my God, they have my back. Like they calling me at 6 o'clock because Lagos, Nigeria, they trying to get me because they weren't like, they represented Apple so well. I felt like they were Steve Jobs. Like it was one and the same. Like he was working with him. Like this, before I go, I'm going to give you all the information. And that is what it felt like. I mean, he was like detailed. Like, oh yes, no problem. And this happens and that happens. Oh yeah, your Apple, you're going to toggle this. And I'm like, oh, he knows. He knows. Okay. So needless to say, there's a part on your menu a part on my menu that he had me go to. Like I said, at this hour in the morning, I was so vulnerable and I was so sleepy. I don't know if you guys can see my sleepy bags, but regardless, I did it. I went into my email and I clicked its forward. So on the menu, it goes to shoot, I should have wrote this down for you guys. I'm normally super prepared, but I was like, let me jump on here just in case they try to get somebody else. So I wanted to just put it out there. AppleCare is a fraud thing. So anyway, he had me forward. It was like this menu. Okay, while we're on the phone, I want to have these emails forwarded because it's going to be a lot of them coming from different companies, blah, 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 blah. So you're going to do IMAP, enable IMAP. You're going to enable this, disable that, and put this forwarding address, applecare.com. Okay? That's really what it was. It was an AppleCare email.com. And I was like, all right. It was careapple777.com or something like that. I put that crap in. My emails from that specific email started just vanishing because they were going to them and they were not coming to me at all. So my email was hacked myself. I mean, I know. Just everybody just whooped me. You know, and my bank information, they were just right in there in the back of my phone, just grabbing. I mean, because I opened up my phone while we were on the phone. He was like, okay, well, I'm going to pause our session and then you can go ahead and get into your bank. And I was like, okay, cool. So he paused it. It said screen paused. I'm sure it wasn't freaking paused, you guys. And so as I logged in, I didn't put my passwords in, but my face opened up everything I needed it to, which is another thing. I'm like, doggone, this face of mine is just opening up my whole life. Every time I put the thing, it just opens. I'm like, hey, so I'm going to be disabling some of those facial recognition things so that I can just put the password in, because as I was accidentally opening stuff up while they're on the phone with me. Dumb, right? So all in all, they wound up stealing almost $2,400 from me Saturday morning. Out of my bank accounts, it was 3 different bank accounts that they were able to get into. And thank God they were not able to go into Hair Honey bank account. They weren't able to get into Handle with Care, but they stole $500 from my son, Caleb, because one of his accounts is linked to mine. And then money out of my Cash App. Again, that stupid facial recognition. As soon as I opened up my phone, Cash App, I pressed the Cash App, it opened up, money was just, and so the problem was I have an Android and the email came from Apple. Got it. See, exactly. So let me tell you guys this. After that, so the phone, of course, after the last piece of money was gone, then the phone disconnected. And I'm like, so I'm laying down and I was like, okay, I'll hold, sure, yeah, come back. Let me get the manager for you. Let me make sure this is all good. Da-da-da-da-da. We've taken care of this for you. When I tell you these scammers have the best customer service in the world. I told Leslie today, my nail technician at All Dolled Up, I said, listen here. If us as business owners, I'm a business owner, okay? I have a few different businesses. If our service and how serious we take if we did it half as good and detailed as these doggone hackers did, baby, we would be freaking millionaires. You understand? Because he knew his job. And I'm a question asker, so I'm not just blindly going through. He had a freaking answer for everything. And it was like, you know what? Can you please hold? You know what? I'm going to go ahead and transfer you to my manager. The scammers have managers. What? So the phone disconnects. I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God. This is when it sunk in. I've been robbed. I sat up in my bed. I said, that wasn't Apple Care. I felt it. I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God. So the panic starts. I'm like, this is insane. I can't believe this just happened. I can't believe I just did this to myself. That's what I kept saying. Like, how dumb could you be? And so I'm like, okay, who do you call first? I'm trying to remember everything that they had me do, right? Star said, I got a weird email from UPS about purchase of watches for $3,000. I ignored it. I'm ignoring everything. You understand? Clients, y'all better text. And if your number ain't saved, you better say, hey, sis. Okay, there's keywords up in here. Because when I tell you no, ain't no calls, no emails, no text. If I don't know you, you better send a pigeon. You hear? You better send a piece of mail through the mail. Because I'm not out here answering nothing. This is Fort Knox. You hear? Done. So I'm trying to figure out who to call. I'm like, who do I call first? Do I call Apple Care or Chase first? I'm like, what do I do? Like, oh my God, do I call who? What? So I sit up and I'm like heartbroken. I was just heartbroken. So my sister, if you guys know my sister, she's got a little tinge of sarcasm on every word. Just like a little eh. So she comes in my room. She's like, what's wrong? And I'm like, I've been robbed. And she was like, who were you on the phone with? And I'm like, the scammers. And she was like, why didn't you come to me? And I was like, come to you and say what? Like, and she was like, you should have asked me. Like, you know what? Because she handles a lot of my tech stuff. Except for my website. I built that myself, okay? But like when she's booking when we're booking trips or we're going somewhere, we're doing something like stuff, she's just legit with that. And tech stuff, like she knows, okay? So she was like, that's a scam. And I was like, it is? I know, but I didn't know. No. She was like, Apple doesn't call you. Make a note. Apple does not call. You call them. She was like, there's billions of Apple customers. You think that they're going to like locate and pinpoint your... And I was like, yes, I think I'm important. Okay. I think I'm super dope. So do I think that Apple would call me and tell me? Yes, because I'm a celebrity here. Okay. I'm absolutely a celebrity. So of course they're going to call me. All of my accounts are important. Okay. So she was like, no. Sorry, love you, but no, Apple will not call you. You have to put a ticket in with Apple in order for them to reach out, and it's usually going to be via email. Okay, now I know. Just got an email from Wells Fargo and Company talking about, what? $30,000 check deposit. I'm thinking to myself, when the heck did the bank name changed from Wells Fargo to Wells Fargo and Co? Come on, girl. That's right. They are scamming. So I told her, please stop judging me. I told Stephanie, please. It was only 7:40 in the morning. Please stop judging me because I was so tired. I was exhausted. They knew I was. They could probably hear it in my voice. And they said, we got her. So after all of those things, the money being taken, hey, Kelly, hey, Lynn, welcome to the room. So after the money was taken, I was scammed, you guys, by Apple Care. So I thought it was Apple Care. It was not Apple Care. It was a scammer who posed as Apple Care so good. They were talking so bad about hackers that I'm like, oh yeah. And the hackers, I'm like, yeah. And the hackers, I'm just going in with them. Like, yeah, and we can't say, and this is just horrible. They just getting all these people. And I was talking to the hackers. Somebody. So after I got off the phone with them, I remembered Renata said they almost got me. Thank you. I'm so glad I'm not by myself. You said almost. So God is good. He preserved you, honey. Yes. And Mom, I did hear what you said earlier when you said that you're praying for restoration and to replenish all that was lost. Yes, God can do it. Jesus can do it. He got me. I'm not worried. I'm just annoyed. But more than that, I want to put the PSA out there. I don't know if my nose ring turned. I'm not digging in my nose. I want to put the PSA out there that it is not just the old people getting scammed. It's everybody. And so, we have to be cautious and then we can't be secretive. So I was shamed. I was like, let me put my hood on. This is embarrassing. Okay. I was embarrassed because I'm like, you got me. So almost $2,000, almost $2,400 gone out of these different accounts. And, I haven't got my money back yet from Chase. They're just doing the reports and all that. But the first people that I called was Apple, and they had me mirror the phone again. So just the same thing the scammers did, Apple did, but I called Apple, right? And then I noticed, because now I'm paying attention to every freaking detail, that they're going to, a notification popped up on my screen, and it said, allow Apple to mirror your phone. And I was like, well, what's the hurt now? Shoot, if they take something else, I mean, what? So I said, accept. That is what Apple will do. Okay. And then they have a red pointer. So if it said they wanted me to go into Apple, they're like, okay, go right here. And it shows you this, do that. Okay. Next, you're going to click here and they're showing you, right? Super smart. Amazing. So, but also easy to duplicate. So beware. If you didn't call Apple, if that's not the phone number that's registered, if you have an Apple or even an Android, like they're not going to call you. So you have to call them. Furthermore, once I got on the phone with Apple, they finished resetting all my passwords and, just resetting everything. I deleted my Cash App, just totally, because I was talking with my business partner, Denisha. We own Hair Honey together. www.myhairhoney.com. We own that company together. And so she was like, okay, boo, I want you to delete your Cash App and we're going to start you with a fresh one. And I was like, oh, thank you. Somebody be in charge of me because I'm obviously not responsible right now. She was like, because I don't want them to go into your Cash App and start requesting money from your friends. That's a scam too. They will steal your Cash App and then they'll start sending out requests like April requests $5 from Tiffany and this one and Star and da 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 da. And of course, because you love me, right? Because if I got a request from Tiffany saying, can you Cash App me $5? I'll be like, yes. Matter of fact, make it 10. That's my sister. Like, I love you. So they know that. And so that is a scam too. All right. So be watchful of that. Now, the kicker was this. After I went through, and it literally took me until about, I don't even know what time I was so emotionally drained and exhausted, resetting every password 5, 10, 15 times because I kept freaking forgetting because I felt like I couldn't trust myself to remember it. Even if I wrote it down, I was like, was it a capital M or what did I say? I'll just reset it again because I was so I don't even know what the word, I was just a mess, right? So it took me probably about 10 or 12 hours to reset everything and to try to get homeostasis, some sort of like level balance back to myself and to my business. You know what I'm saying? And so when I went to the salon for a little bit on Saturday and and I took my little one with me, 7th. And he's 7. So we're at the shop and I'm telling Leslie about it. And she was like, girl, what? And I said, but I'm not getting my emails. Hey, Brandy. I said, I'm not getting my emails and I don't understand why. And this is my main. Like I have ones that I, have created for different businesses and da-da-da-da. But this one, April.Holland TF, that is my baby, okay? I've had that email address for years. So that's like my main chick, That's the one they hacked. So I was like, but I get emails every second on this email. I'm like, what's up? So I keep trying to refresh it, go back to Apple, my menu and try to reset, try to see what's going on. So remember when the first step that the hackers had me do was to go into the menu of my email, go to the forwarding, put the forwarding email address in, and then from there, click, it was delete. If I would have been coherent, listen, I would not have, I just feel so crazy, y'all don't understand. It said forward emails to, and then it said delete emails in the box. So any emails that came were going straight to them and I wasn't getting any for about 7 hours. The kicker is that when I talked to another one of my friends, this same exact scam happened with her in early January. She is also very intelligent. They caught her at a super vulnerable time. Again, same type of situation as me. And her emails have been disheveled since then. And she did not remember. So as I was talking to her about it, I said, oh, I just can't even. She said, April, I think that same thing, that was the same thing. That was the same. And so I mentioned my emails. I said, my emails are wrong. Something's happening to them. They're not coming to me. And this is my email. Like I get email. She said, that's the same thing that's going on here. I said, okay, this was Sunday morning when I talked to her. So Saturday I had all day. And then I fixed my emails Saturday early evening. So then in the morning when I woke up, that's when I said, I have to do a live, first of all. I have to talk with y'all because I wanted to make sure that this information got out. Because this was really sophisticated. And I'm not just saying that because they got me and I'm trying to make myself seem uber intelligent and all of that. What I'm trying to tell you is that this was very elaborate. Okay. And so the fact that her emails were still going to Lagos, Nigeria, more than likely, up to date, and it had been more than 30 days of her emails. So you can change all your stuff, but if they're getting it, they can reset your password from there. They can, how you hit reset password, and then they send you an email, and then the email says reset your password, click this, and then you click that, and then it takes you over, and you wonder why stuff is still disconnecting. It's because you haven't reset your email or changed it from that forwarding address. Mind freaking blown. She was like, what? Oh my God. Because she had changed everything back, but stuff was still in disarray. It kept coming back, weird, kept doing this weird thing. She's like, I said, girl, no. So I walked her through the exact steps on our phone, and I showed her how to get back to regular. She said, there it goes. And her emails start rolling in. Well, not the past ones, they gone, but the new ones that, just auto-generate. Oh, what is it? Whoever, Chase or Fashion Nova. Everything was going there. So my point for saying that is there's so many different keys, and I still keep trying to jog my memory. I'm like, okay, Lord, bring back my remembrance of these different things that they had me do so that I can share it, because I'm telling you, I wanted to get underneath my bed, you guys, and pull the shade down. Like, I'm so terrible, because I felt embarrassed. But I'm like, why am I embarrassed? Shoot, this was elaborate. Okay. And so it was not just me. So when I was talking to my Chase guy, he was like, no, you didn't. And I was like, I did. And he was like, and then you downloaded, and he said the name of the mirroring app. He said it. It's called Quick Session. I think it's called Quick Session. I'm going to confirm, and I'll send you a picture of what it looks like. Don't do it. But he said, you downloaded. He said, oh, okay. And he put the information in the system, and I said, so I'm not the only one? And he said, not the only one. He said, since early December, this has been the only call I get. Oh my God. Let that sink in. This has been the only call I get. Scammed. Somebody stole my money, and they had me download this Quick Session, and they went through my phone and grabbed all my stuff. So I want you guys to be aware. I want you to be vigilant. Please be on top of your S. Okay? Because they're coming for us. And I want you to know that my son, my 7-year-old, 7th, Carter, if you guys have not tuned into his YouTube, it is absolutely hilarious. He's so funny and so honest. So we're walking out of Home Depot, and 7th says to me, Mom, I think those hackers are laughing at you. And I said, what? What are we doing? Are we building each other up, or are we tearing each other down? What is that, huh? And he says, I'm sorry, but I do. I think they're laughing at you. And I said, okay, they probably are. So I was on the phone actually with my parents as they put the laugh emojis up, or the wow emojis up. And he says, they're probably saying like, ha, 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 they got your money. And I said, right? So I was like, yeah, they probably are, Carter. They probably are saying that. And he says, but I just want you to know that I just want to kill them. And I said, oh, no. And he said, because they stole from you, Mom. They stole from you. And I said, I know, baby. I said, but it's okay. So my mother says, tell 7th that the Lord says vengeance is his. And so they will get what they have coming to them. And so, we moved on from that. But my son was just like, he keeps asking me like, do you think they caught those hackers yet? And I'm like, No, I don't know. But you know what? It's okay because God's going to get it. And he's just like, he's so pissed off. You know, I mean, my older son is too, because it was his $500 as well that they went into his little personal account and got his money. And I just felt so guilty and just terrible and dumb, vulnerable, you know, all those just ugly words. But the cool part is that God is a restorer, and I feel much better today. I felt much better Sunday, really. I was making TikToks again. I was back to the shenanigans, but that's because I know that God's got my back and that I'm good, you know. So that was a few different accounts, you know, thank God it wasn't everything, you know, but at the same time, you can feel it, especially in the middle of a freaking pandemic. You're like, huh? Money? Where? We don't waste nothing. So I wanted you guys to be aware of what is really happening out there in the world. People are really desperate. And so we just have to be that much more of a good steward of our resources, of our technology. You know, I was frivolous for a minute. Like, oh yeah, because, you know, I'm thinking everything is good. Like, I'm just going to type this in and leave my computer open while I'm at work. Well, not every client. You don't know every client. Facts. 100% facts. You don't know everybody. Not everybody needs to be privy to everything. So no, my phone will not be just open on my table anymore. Nope, we're going to close that sucker. Lock it up. Lock it up. So let's just be a little bit more vigilant, a little bit more cautious, because people are really scheming, trifling. They're just takers. So I love you guys. Thank you for listening. Like I said, I had to come on here and tell you this elaborate scheme. Now that I look back, I hear everything that my sister is saying echoing in my head. And I do feel like, you know, had I been just awake, a little bit more awake, I would not have fell for it. So be cautious. Like I said, it's one of those, you just got to think back and shake your head. They got me. They did. And if you're just coming into this live, watch it on the replay. I'm not going to hold you any longer. But tomorrow, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday is beware if you're still in here. It is Sex, God, and Raising Kids at 9 p.m. Wednesday night, I will be back live at 10 p.m. I don't know what we're going to discuss yet, but it'll be good. Promise. I won't disappoint you. But if you enjoyed this, please like it. Please share it. Because somebody needs to know. Oh my God. They got me. And it's not fair. I'm very disappointed in myself and in just this whole process. Like, it was just a nightmare and a mess. But, you know, I'm definitely going to see the positive in it. I'm going to up my customer service skills because the hackers got it cracking. I ain't going to lie. They knew their business to a T. And that's all I have to say about that. So I love you guys. Have a good night. And I'll holla. See you Wednesday. Bye.